Hello Year 2 and welcome to your arithmetic practice lesson. So like the Walt says, all we're going to be doing today is practicing answering arithmetic questions. Okay, just some little things for you to remember. So you should complete the whole of this task independently. So try your best and try to work out the answers all by yourself and try not to ask for any help from your grown-ups during this. Your grown-ups, however, may read the question to you, but please remember that you don't say the signals. So for example, if it was 2 times 4 equals, you would say 2, 4, and then they would find the answer. The reason for this is because we want the children to get very confident in identifying the symbols and also being able to understand what they actually mean and what they require them to do. If you don't know the answers, then please don't worry. Just leave that question and revisit it at the end. And if you still don't know it, that's absolutely fine. Please don't feel like you have to put an answer for absolutely everything. Just leave it blank and we'll know that you don't know the answer to that question. That's absolutely more than fine. And also, like always, if you would like to show your working out, then you can. And even if this is on a separate piece of paper, I know a few of you chose to do that last week, that's absolutely fine. You don't even have to submit that if you don't want to, but if you do, to show your teacher how you've gone about working out the answers to questions, then that's fine as well. Okay, I'm just going to give you some top tips for when you're completing your little quiz this afternoon. So first of all, I don't want you to get confused because in this little quiz, some of the calculations begin with the answer. So I'm just going to highlight that for you now so you can see what I mean. So here in this example, you'll see that there's a space for the answer, then you've got your equal sign, and then you've got the equation, what you need to complete. Don't get confused. All this means is the equation is just positioned differently, because you can have your answer and your equals before it, because the equal symbol just means it's the same, doesn't it? We know that when we were learning about more than, less than, all of that kind of stuff, equal to. We know that the equal symbol just means that they're the same. So the answer is worth, the value is the same as the equation, isn't it? Because they both mean the same, okay? So please don't get yourselves confused. Just make sure that you write the answer where it's supposed to be there. Okay, the next top tip for you is to make use of that inverse operation. Remember, I've constantly told you about this during our addition and subtraction topic. I've now been telling you about it in multiplication and division. Remember, addition and subtraction are the inverse operation of each other, so you can use that to help you find an answer. Same goes for multiplication and division. So there's an example here for you. I'll just highlight it again so you can see what I'm talking about. So this one, 40 plus something equals 80. Now I could either use counting on until I get to 80, but that would be still using addition. And what I'm talking about is using inverse operations to help me find my answer. So I could take my answer, couldn't I, that I've got there. So I could take 80 and I could use the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So 80, take away, I'm going to take away that part of 40. And that will enable me to get my answer, because I would just do, if I know 8 take away 4 is 4, then I know that 80 take away 40 is 40. And then I've just got my 2 zeros, and 0 take away 0 is absolutely nothing, so we can pop that in as well. Okay, so that's just another way that you could find the answers in your little quiz today, and believe me, it'll really, really support you. Okay, then also I just wanted to quickly recap how we find fractions of a quantity. So remember, it's Miss Thompson's little circle method. So if you're looking for, let's say, 1/4 of 12, for example, remember we half it and half it again to find a quarter, okay? Because if I've got my circle just like this and I half it, I'm going to put 12 in the middle because that's my whole. I'm going to half 12 first of all. Half of 12 is 6. Brilliant. Well done if you said that straight away. And then I'm going to half 6 because when I'm finding quarters, I half it and half it again, because halving it will split it into 2 equal parts, and then halving it again will split it into 4 equal parts. Now all I need to do is I need to half 6 because I've halved it and halved it again. So half of 6 is 3. So each one of my quarters is worth 3. Okay, so the answer to 1/4 of 12, the answer would be 3. Super. Now remember that tricky stuff that we learnt the other day, which is far too grown up for us year 2s. We're steaming ahead right into year 3 curriculum here. We can also find 3/4, and all we have to do is count our quarters. Okay, it's really simple, guys. All you do is you've got a 3 there, a 3 there, and a 3 there. I'm just going to highlight them for you now. There's a 3 here, so that's 1 of our quarters. There's another one here, that's 2 of our quarters, or a half. And there's another one here, which is 3 of our quarters. So let's count the ones in yellow now. 3, 6, 9. So 3/4 of 12 equals 9. Amazing. Now, again, please don't worry if that was just a whistle-stop tour, and we are going to be covering fractions in more detail in a few weeks' time. But this is just a little bit of a taster for you to see if you can get your head around how it works to begin with. Okay, so all that's left to say now is off you go. This is a copy of the worksheet, and it can be found on Microsoft Teams in the Maths channel. So please have a go. As always, remember, if you don't know the answers to some of them, please leave them blank. And as ever, please send them over to the class teacher that is running your remote learning for today, or you can hand them in to your teacher at school. Bye-bye for now, everybody.